music.
Yes.
Like, this is amazing. That was so cool. That's always the biggest dang compliment, I swear, is like,
Yes.
I, because this industry feels like such a man's world. It's so funny how it's like, I was brought to you because of your wife, but holy crap, you've got a great voice. And I'm like, huge compliment when both parties like me.
Yes.
See, and that's probably the message that I would have sent to you too as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would have never even listen when I circled back and I was like, I sent you the message, hey, I'm just circling back, blah 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 blah, and you answered like the next day or two, and I was like, holy shit! And when I told her, she was like kind of freaking out. So like, it
Well,
was super
he needs
cool.
to stay on top of it. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
He
maybe
did a
she
good
just
job. It
forgot.
wasn't his fault.
I
I
know. I'm
will
like, well,
tell you
maybe
that
she
one.
just forgot because I have a show too that I do, and I'm just like, some people don't respond. Sometimes I got to ask several times because they're busy. Like that's just how life is.
So did
Right.
he tell you what actually happened?
Yeah.
So my husband has a cousin that owns a distillery up towards up towards Cookeville, Tennessee. I can't remember exactly where it's at. And so I know like everybody's starting to do the channels now on Facebook where the messenger, it's kind of like your own community or whatever. And so I saw it and the logos are like the colors of the logos were very similar. And I was like, oh, it's just one of those communities. Saw it, like scrolled through it, was like, oh, okay, no big deal. Clicked off of it. And then when he said circling back, asking about a podcast, I was like, babe, I screwed up. He's like, well,
But
you better message him.
so how cool is that though that you have somebody in your family that has distilling in their
Yeah.
background.
Yeah. I'm
So
still new to it. Like I grew up in Indiana and like that wasn't drink of choice. I know people
okay.
around me did it, but and then not until not until we started hanging out in Tennessee and in the South. My husband's from Alabama. So
Okay.
when I met him was the first time I really had anything other than your traditional like apple pie or whatever. And my first love of moonshine was butterscotch.
Mm, you're the second one that has said that to me. They were like, "Man, listen, dude, if you can make this butterscotch, it was clear.
Yeah.
It was like it's a tough one to make. The
I like it
flavors. I
straight.
mean,
I like it straight, but I mean, I'm a black coffee. Like I can drink my coffee either real bougie or black coffee. And then
okay.
my moonshine, I like it straight or butterscotch. I think those are my two favorite.
Oh man, like you already went into like 10 questions. You already just answered them in 5 seconds.
Well, don't forget
It's
to
not
put the
this fun.
comments up, Jason.
They are up.
I don't see them.
Oh, I was
I
gonna
see
say I need
mine.
to find
You
a way
may
to.
have.
I don't know how
I
to
see.
do that. I
Yeah,
guess
you
I
should.
can't do it from here.
Yeah,
So
he should be
Tom,
able to put them up. That's the one thing
see,
I get on him about all the time.
Oh, I done clicked on something.
Justin
Okay.
Meredith is on there. So this is what happens. So we have another podcast that happens around the same time as us. So it's a little bit of a battle back and forth, but
Oh, sure.
it's all good. My guests are way better. Way
Oh, don't we love them?
Oh, I see the comments now.
okay. So
You just
let's
need to
jump
put
into
them.
it.
We'll put them on the screen too, Jay.
They are on my screen, my wife. You see
Okay.
how this is? Just imagine living here. How fun it is.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's wonderful.
It's amazing. So let's jump into it. I have some good
All right.
questions for you. All right. So introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Cori. I don't know
I'm
what you want
Cori.
to say.
This is my wife. She's co-hosting tonight, Christy. For
Woo!
anybody who doesn't know, um, we're jumping right into it tonight. We got a lot of questions for it. Well,
I
I don't
love
have a
it.
lot, but I got a lot. I mean, we're going to make it
Okay.
seem so. So how old were you when you decided you wanted to start singing? Like, what pushed you in that direction?
I honestly don't know what age I decided that this was like the thing. But I started singing when I was 3, and I heard from my biological parents that hey, uh, you started singing since you could, and then around 3, we absolutely knew that you had the ability. And then I started performing when I was 5. My grandmother, my grandmother, and my grandfather really took the most role, I'll give them, on raising me when it comes to like going to church and stuff when I was little. So I remember my first was at an Awana or something like that when I was like 5. And I loved it. I did my first little solo, and then from there on, it just kind of spun out of control. We'd go to dinner and we'd sing, and my whole family, my sisters all sang. My brother would sing, but he's no longer with us. But he would sing around the house, Tim McGraw at the top of his lungs, and all kinds of stuff. So I just kind of, it was just always part of who we were and who I was, and I knew that it was something I could never set down. So
It's like riding a bike. You can never. It's
yeah,
just something you do naturally. Like,
right.
you know, do you find yourself just like, you know, just singing throughout the day, just
Yeah,
busting some stuff out when no one's around? You know what I mean? Is that
absolutely.
like you practice it?
If you watch her on Facebook, you'll see her doing it in the car, at her in her camper, at the house.
Yeah, my husband and I actually live on a sailboat. This is not our home. I'm actually in an Airbnb, but
You know what?
but
Listen,
Very
you
cool.
know what? I seen a video and I was like, I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, that's not a camper. Like
no,
it's
I
it's
thought
not.
it
really,
was. So
Yeah.
I
No,
thought it was a
actually,
boat. That's so
yeah,
cool.
I've lived on a boat the majority, pardon me, the majority of my relationship with him. I met him, and I know we'll go back to this. I'm trying not to answer too many questions at once, but we've lived on a boat since 2022. I met him in 2022, and he was like, "You want to come live on my boat with me?" It's like, no. We started to build a house sometime last year, and it just really didn't work out. And we tried to rent while we were doing that, and then it just kind of all fell through. And we were like, you know what? Why not go back to a boat? We really both like it. It's he's a water baby anyway, so we really enjoy it. We're actually in Key Biscayne, Florida right now, so
that's
Oh,
awesome. Well, just
yeah, it's really nice.
interesting fact, my daddy's no longer with us, but he wanted to buy one of those big houseboats years
Yeah.
ago.
Oh,
And
it's lovely.
he didn't do it, but it was interesting because I never thought about like living on a boat, but a lot of people do that.
Yeah, yeah. The first one we had, I think, was like 42 foot, and I'm kind of guessing here. His was a 42 foot, and it was more traditional houseboat, but we lived on a lake in Alabama. And then now we actually bought a 45-foot sailboat that we live on now, and I'm already ready to upgrade. I love this boat. It's beautiful, but I'm like, I think it's time for a bigger one.
so what happens when you know like the bad weather's coming? What do you do?
So far we've only had like one night or one afternoon. Funny enough, it was Thanksgiving this year. You just kind of ride it out. Like everything, you're kind of used to it. You know, everything moves on a boat all the time, and they're designed for that. Like my stove rocks. I could cook while there's bad weather, and my stove just rocks with me. It's called a gimbal stove. It's pretty neat. It's cool, and everything has like a lip on it, so nothing just like falls off unless it's like insane. But it's a good time. We love it, and there's it's pretty good and quiet. We sleep real well.
I mean, but then it's like, you know, you got to make sure you have enough stuff to last you for so long so you don't have to come back
Yes.
in, right?
We have like a dinghy boat, which, if you don't know anything about boats at all, that's just like a small little John boat type thing with a motor, and we dinghy in and out, and that's our little taxi back and forth. But we do a pretty good job. I mean, it's just like living in a house. It's a little bit, you just kind of keep your provisions together all the time. But we have like a fridge. I have like, I don't have a freezer right now, but like we do have one. It just doesn't work. But we have like a cooler and stuff like that that we just keep all our stuff in. But we have, I mean, we have everything I've ever had in a house. So, except for a washer. I don't have a washing machine, so I do have to go to the mat. But they do make them for the boat. I just don't own one yet.
Right. Right. Okay. So, I mean, do you get a lot of time singing out on the boat there? Like, you know,
Always.
I mean, are you constantly moving to somewhere else or you just kind of throw anchor and hang out? Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, honestly, this is a lot different than living on the lake. Because in the lake, we had like a slip that we just stayed in. It's pretty much just a water apartment. Um, but with this, we actually are anchored out in the bay, and like I said, we use the dinghy to get in and out of land. And we're headed down to the Keys, is the plan. We bought the boat in like Central Florida, and then so far we've made it a little over 100 miles. I think it's like 130 miles that we've gone, and so we're down in like Key Biscayne Bay, or Biscayne Bay area. So we still have like 90 miles to go, and I'm just like, you know what? I kind of like this area. Can we just stay here for a little while? So we've been here for 3 weeks, maybe 4.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So I have a question for you.
Mhm.
Have you always sang the same kind of genre, or has that changed over time since you were so young?
Absolutely not. I have done it all. I feel like I have done it all, except for anything like super screamo. I've never done anything super heavy. I led worship for 12 years. So I've done that genre. I did country growing up. I loved Broadway musicals and stuff. I was just obsessed with it when I was a kid. So knowing that and doing choir stuff at a small town, I've done everything from Amy Lee to Fleetwood Mac to Aretha Franklin to Christina Aguilera, like all of anything that had power vocals, I was taught.
Yeah.
So
No,
I
that's
was very
awesome.
well rounded.
So no Slayer then?
Listen, I'm not gonna hate on it. Put it on my playlist.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that's him. He's a very heavy metal, like type of stuff.
I love it. Listen, Cameron and I listen to. It's Cameron's fault. Cameron is my husband. We listen to Defiler. Like if he's in just a weird headspace, he's like, I gotta listen to some heavy metal. I'm like, here for it. Freaking play. He's like, does this bother you? I'm like, not at all. But I love it all.
And that's kind of how I feel too. Like it's music in general. Like when I go to a show, I'm not just like, I'm not just zoned in on the singer. Like I'm watching the drummer, I'm watching the guitar player, I'm
Yes.
watching,
It's a big
every
deal.
aspect. And that's what I love about music. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's, so how old were you when you did like your first live gig?
Well, okay, so I actually started like as a gig, like as an artist.
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't until, you wouldn't believe it, but it wasn't until 2021. I started playing shows as soon as they kind of tossed me on tour, and I blame it on TikTok. Sorry. Before that, it was pretty much I competed a lot. I did a lot of karaoke competitions and a lot of singing competitions and stuff like that. Growing up or whatever, just to kind of help out. And then I started working with a manager when I was 19. And that was kind of a weird situation. I turned 20 and I got married, and then